PlayStation
Welcome back to the land of long live play where greatness is always waiting. Welcome to the PlayStation Experience. It is I, your boy Dad Ninja Dev, as usual, and I'm joined by my main man down in Florida, Mr. Delvin Cox. How are you this lovely Sunday morning?
Now listening to the sultry sounds of PSXP. I am one of your hosts, Delvin Cox, and we have The Quiet Storm for episode 69. We are playing some Jodeci, some Brad McKnight, and we're taking in your requests, ladies. So make sure you call PSXP for the hotness.
I don't know what any of that is.
It's the Quiet Storm, you know.
Quiet Storm.
Okay, cool.
Gotta
I
keep
don't
it
know what that
real-
means,
real
sir.
low and sultry
Look-
for the ladies. It's the
look,
after
Hayley.
hours.
One of us here is a sex symbol, and that one of us is me. So somebody has to bring the hotness for this
I'm
episode.
saying, you gotta keep it low. You gotta keep it real nice and smooth. It's the XP
Lord
after
knows it's not
hours.
Justin.
Jesus Christ.
You've never heard like the Quiet Storm or anything like that, like
No,
late
not at all.
R&B radio.
I don't
It's
listen
fantastic.
to R&B. Why would I? I don't listen to the radio, let alone I also don't listen to R&B, so no.
Okay.
Oh my
Back
goodness.
a long time ago in this time called the 90s,
Yes,
they had something called a
Yeah,
radio.
You mean the time I was born? Yeah, I know.
Yes. They had this thing called radio. And on these terrestrial radio stations, they had something called the Quiet Storm.
Delvin, you don't need to explain what radio is to me. I know what radio
Well,
is.
well,
I
I
just
have to
haven't
explain
heard
that.
what you're talking
He's
about.
explaining the Quiet Storm.
Yes. And what the Quiet Storm was they would get a sexy man to literally DJ at night. But all he would do is he wouldn't actually DJ. He would just introduce the next upcoming songs for the lonely ladies at night who are listening to nothing but R&B at like around 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
So usually it'd be someone of Black or Latino descent.
Mm-hmm.
Down here, it was Keith Sweat. He
I
hosted the
don't know who
Quiet
that
Storm here.
is.
That's unfortunate.
Keith Sweat. Now I gotta explain to you. Who Keith
Okay,
Sweat is.
I'll take your word.
Ugh,
I'll take your
Keith
word.
Sweat,
For,
he's
no, don't,
like-
don't. Please don't.
His voice ain't even like sultry. I mean, I don't. That's a surprise. See, out
It
here
was
we
called
had,
the Sweat Hotel.
I mean, that makes sense because that's
Yes.
yeah. We actually had a chick down here. We had Josefa Salinas. She
Okay.
had the late night R&B. That was good. Like it's funny because the guy that you would think would host it was this dude named Theo on 92.3 The Beat. And he had this super deep voice. Everybody thought he was black. He was actually Asian. So
Somebody before Keith Sweat, his name was Freddie Cruz, and he talked just like that.
Oh my
A
god.
Latino man. You're now listening to the Quiet Storm with Freddie Cruz.
Oh,
he brought that
I
Latino
don't-
heat, huh?
I'm not touching this 10-foot pole.
I mean, it's quite normal. This is
Yeah.
nothing new, you know.
Correct, but I'm not touching the accents train with a 10-foot pole.
That's exactly how he sounded. I love Freddie Cruz. He played all the jams.
Okay, but I'm the only white person here, so like I'm not touching the accent train.
Do a German accent.
Absolutely not.
Wolfenstein.
I can speak German a little bit, but I'm
See, there you
not.
go.
Do a German
I'm
accent.
not-
That sounds perfect. That sounds
Absolutely
not
not.
problematic at all.
No,
Yeah,
Come on,
absolutely
best
not.
Give me your best BJ Blazkowicz. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Wolfenstein.
I can't even get my voice. I can. You've heard me do the Batman accent, but like, let's you've heard me do the Batman voice. Sorry, let's not do that again. That hurts my throat now.
Yes, Ness, she hasn't been introduced, but you've heard her this whole time. The Platinum Princess, Miss Hayley Nicole Miller. How are you this Sunday morning?
I've been awake since 6:30, so.
And it's what, 9 something where you are?
It's 9:27 right now.
It's not even 6:30 here. It's 6:27. So you're
Nah,
living.
I know.
Oh, man. So it's episode 69, as you heard Delvin mention.
It is.
So we're gonna go some places. We're gonna go some places. It's gonna be a journey. We're gonna get there, and it's gonna be lovely. Yeah. So let's get into it. Delvin, how was your week?
Good. I'm playing a game, but in theory, I can't talk about it now because the embargo is not up. But when this comes out, the embargo will be up, so I technically can talk about it.
Then talk.
But I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, you might as well talk about it. If the embargo will be up when this releases, you just break it down, bro.
Delvin, the embargo lifts in 14 hours, doesn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
And then go ahead and talk about it because this literally doesn't come out until Wednesday after the embargo is over. So go ahead.
Yeah, I might as well just talk about it. I'm playing Cabroxia 2. For those who don't know, that is a Lily Mo game. Which
Colin Moriarty.
I want to say written by and funded by, because he's the co-owner, Colin Moriarty of Sacred Symbols and stuff like that. So far, I'm like 3-4 hours in the game. My review of it is short because it's not like it's a story-driven, action-packed game that you play. It's basically like Defender. So if you like those old Super Nintendo games like R-Type and stuff like that, yeah, there's a story in it, but it's not really a story. Bare minimum. When I talked to the people, because I haven't finished it, when I talked to the people about the game, they said that, one of the things I asked was, because I was planning on doing a video version of a review about it, I said, is there any parts of this game I can't show? It's like, no, you can show whatever you want to show. Because he said, the only thing that's in the game is like, he said, only cutscenes they have is like at the end of the game. So he's like, yeah, you can show any stage you want to show, you can show whatever you want to show. And that's just kind of how the game is. It's kind of a fun, I don't want to say it's not a twin stick shooter. It's just like I say, if you play games like R-Type, Defender, I like the fact that it goes from, like the up and down version of it to the side to side. It's really fun. And I feel like this is one of those games that when you don't have nothing to do or nothing to play, you just want to kill time. Like I do this sometimes. A lot of people don't know this about me is I am a huge Gallagher fan. Like Gallagher's one of my favorite games of all time.
Makes sense.
That man is playing Galaga. Didn't think we'd notice, but we did.
If I have nothing else to play, I will sit there and play Galaga all day. And this is one of those type of games. I don't think it's not as fun to me as Galaga is, but I'm biased in that aspect of it because I love Galaga that much. But if you don't have things to play and you don't want to get melt your brain in these story modes and stuff, like games like this, Pac-Man, Defender, what's the other game they made? Twin
Breaker.
Twin Breaker. Things like that.
How do you not remember? You and I both got review copies.
Hayley,
for that.
I'm getting old.
You know how many games he's played since he's played Twin Breaker?
I have played a lot of games since Twin Breaker. I promise you that. But it's a fun game. Like if you want something to play to kill time, I feel like this is something that's perfect for a Vita or a Switch or a system
Vita.
like that. Yeah, rest in peace, Vita. Even though Vita is just kind of like a zombie right now. They keep trying to kill the Vita, and it keeps on kicking. So,
I mean, they officially kill production for it in Japan like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but people are still making games for it apparently. So
yeah,
but I like the game a lot. I think it's $14.99.
I don't know what the price will be here.
I feel like that's a little high for this game.
Canadian dollars anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like that's a little high for this type of game, but it's still worth it.
I mean, that's on brand. Like, Twin Breaker was $9.99. So,
yeah, I feel like $9.99 seems right, but it's
Like,
a good 5-hour experience.
this isn't level based, right? Like,
It is.
how many levels?
I can't tell you off the top of my head right now, but it's a good. Like it's
Okay.
5 hours worth of gameplay, at least. So that's a lot for this type of game.
You can always go back
Makes
to it
sense.
if it's like a Galaga or a Tempest.
Yeah,
or-
you can always go back to it. So
Yeah.
the replay
Got
value is
plenty
kind
of
of endless
Yeah.
in that aspect. I'm also playing
Makes sense.
another game, which is not PlayStation exclusive, PlayStation at all. But I think I should talk about it here so people can know about it. I'm playing The Medium. Have you guys heard of this game?
Of course.
I have, but I can't talk about my issues with it because it spoils the entire game.
Well,
But,
I don't want to talk too much about the spoilers of the game, but one thing I will tell you about
I'm not spoiling a game that just came out, which is why I'm
Yeah.
saying I can't talk about the issues I have with it, which sucks because I was very excited for that game, and then the issues I have with it arose. But again, the game came out on Thursday. I'm not going to spoil it just to talk about the issues I have with it.
Well, the issue I have with it so far is not like a spoiler. My problem I have with it so far, I like it overall, but it has that fixed camera view, like the old
It also
Resident
has
Evil
tank
games.
controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
we
has
have
tank controls.
Too? We still doing tank controls?
Yeah.
In the year of our Lord 2021? This is shenanigans.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, and every time I play it, I'm like, why did they make this like this? This would be so much better if they just kind of did like the over the camera shoulders thing,
Yeah,
as opposed to these horrible tank controls. Because
I
you get
feel
to
like
certain-
I feel like the tank controls though were like a compromise for having, because anyone who doesn't know what the medium is, there's like
The split screen.
there's split screens. So like I feel like tank controls work because you're controlling both sides of the screen at once. So
yeah, probably, but it's rough, and I think certain areas you can't see where you're going because of the tank controls. So it's like, ugh.
It's like the old Resident Evil 1. Oh, there's something around this corner, but I can't check. I can't see what it is. I can't be careful. I just have to go around the corner.
And it's not like it's a story part or anything like that. It's just blocking your way. It's not like it's helping the story.
Yeah.
It's like bad design.
Yeah. Just for clarification, again, not spoiling anything. My issues are story related, and oh boy, that's all I gotta say.
Not that far in the story yet. I'm like probably an hour in, if that.
Also, for clarification, in case anyone's wondering, I haven't played it. I watched a whole playthrough. I am pissed.
It's short. Isn't it like 5 hours, something like that?
Yeah, it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, those tank controls definitely turned me all the way off. So
Yeah, I was excited for this game, honestly. I wanted to talk about it because it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah. I think it's hovering around like 73.
PlayStation show because it's an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's important to talk about because in a time when we're saying, hey, Xbox not getting exclusives, here's their kind of, I want to say this is their, well,
this is the first one. This is the first one they've released since Gears 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of important
to
acknowledge,
like X only game, like series only game. So it's not on Xbox One. It's on the series systems and PC. So it's their first this is why you get the Xbox.
Exactly, and that's why I want to compare and contrast
it. It's a smaller studio. It's not one of these super huge AAA big budget studios. Like we gotta always keep in mind that it is one of their smaller studios. So there was a lot of chatter on the internet about, this is all this is what we get. This is the Xbox exclusive. This is why we buy the Xbox. And it's like you got to remember, and this is a smaller studio. This is
a studio of like what, 60 people?
And let me add to that the fact that this wasn't intended to be their first exclusive.
Yeah, correct. Halo was supposed to be out before now.
Yes,
Halo, but
so we have to take that in consideration. And I was really interested in this game because, well, now it's not happening, but this was coming out closer to the same time Returnal was coming out. And I wanted to see how both of these games, because they're both by smaller studios, how they fared, because they're both exclusives and things like that.
I also still think it's hard to compare these two because this is like a tank control story-based game, whereas Returnal is bullet hell. Like
super, but
bullet hell, third-person action.
You look at the production value of both of them, and it's just different. Like I wouldn't compare. Yeah. I mean, it is a smaller studio, but I feel like they're still.
Yeah.
I also in terms of panache and what you expect from them. Perfectly honest.
For comparison's sake, that would be like comparing The Last of Us Part 2 to Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. Like
I wouldn't say that far.
You can't
not that far.
Comparison.
I think the game is good. I don't know if I feel like it's a good first game for Xbox, considering everything they've been through. I wonder if this game would have more success on PS5.
Probably not.
I don't see why it would, to be perfectly honest. I feel like
it's a horror
like
game.
If it was on both, or
niche
if
genre.
It was on only PS5?
Either. I'd rather say both, because why I say both is because right now we've gotten our exclusives so far. We've gotten Miles Morales, which is not exclusive, but is exclusive. We got Demon's Souls. We've had all these exclusive games. I feel like this is the type of game that would fit right in this lull period where people who have a PS5 will probably be talking about it.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get a boost from that. Whereas on Xbox, this is their first. Well, I think Gears Tactics is technically their first exclusive, but that's been out for a while.
Well, I mean, the game was already profitable. Like, in its first day, it made back all the money and then some, and then it's also on Game Pass. So I feel like maybe we're not hearing a ton about it, but people are playing it. And I mean, it was all I saw on my timeline last week. That was all I saw.
I'm definitely happy to hear that. I want to see this company do more stuff. I feel like this is a good first try.
Hopefully without tank controls.
Yeah, without tank control.
I mean, like I said, the game sold. It made all its money back and then some. And again, it's on Game Pass, so everybody and their mom who has an Xbox or PC with Game Pass is going to have the opportunity to play it. So, I saw that it had some issues on PC. Like there are a lot of people that have problems trying to get the game to run. It doesn't run well on PC. We're starting to see a lot of that, where these 3080s and the 30 series cards were supposed to be like the godsend to PC, but it's been more middling than anything. Like we just haven't seen games run well on PC, whereas they're running very well on consoles. So you do have that, but I feel like the people who are playing on Game Pass on Xbox are playing this game, and the sales show it. The Game Pass subscribers show it, and I think that it's a perfect little game for Xbox for this weird lull period that we always have in the beginning of the year. And I think that all things considered, the game did well for itself, and people are enjoying the story, which is the main draw of this game. It's not a super long game. It's one of those tight 5-hour, 8-hour games where you have a story, and of course there's some replayability. So I think it's doing well for itself, and I feel like they'll do even better on their next game or whatnot.
Yeah.
So if you have an Xbox, go support this game, especially if you want to see more stuff like this on your system.
Or don't.
But I don't know what Hayley knows about the game, so I can't speak on that. But
all I'm going to say is my issues with this game are from a disabled perspective. Oh boy. That's all I can say without spoiling anything. But oh boy.
All right.
Ominous.
How was your week, Hayley?
Great. Glad we're here, because before I even get to the games, y'all remember last week how I said I was starting season 12 of Criminal Minds?
Oh, hold up. This is Donnie's favorite part of the podcast.
Yeah, I know it is. It's exactly why I started with it.
Let's get it.
But y'all remember that, right? I started season 12 when we recorded last. Yeah. Hi, I'm on episode 3 of season 15 now. spoilers for season 12 of Criminal Minds. And to even get to that, anything as part of my rewatch, anything past season 9 was new territory to me, because about the time season 9 came out, I didn't have a cable box in my room anymore. So, this was also partially like watching the stuff I hadn't seen. I knew of an arc that occurred in season 12. This is the spoiler, where Spencer goes to jail. Spencer Reed being my favorite character. Spencer goes to jail for a crime he didn't commit, and they waste 9 episodes doing that. That arc is so boring.
9 episodes in 9 years, like most people who get to go to jail wrongly.
Okay. This is a TV show.
Every show do that?
Yes.
It's
Unfortunately,
every show had the character go to prison for like half the season. Arrow did that.
Okay, but I mean, Arrow had a reason, and also he wasn't falsely accused. He admitted to being the Green Arrow and got sent to prison. There's a difference.
They could let him go. Hey, I've saved your city countless of times.
I mean, they did.
Let's put you in prison for that.
There's a whole arc about that. They did let him go. Anyways, I watched on Monday alone, like the day after we recorded last week's episode last week's episode, I watched 16 episodes in a day. I finished season 12 on Monday. And then I finished season 13 on like Thursday. And
I get you a damn job. This is ridiculous.
I'm working on it.
We gotta find you some work.
Season 14, of course, was the start of the smaller seasons, so that was only 15 episodes. I finished that last night. And this morning I watched episode 1 and 2 of season 15. So
note, these are 1 hour episodes apiece.
Yes, they are. And also, for reference, as of right now, the next episode I watch is episode 317 out of 324. So, hi.
We gotta find you a job.
I would love to have a job.
Like, reviewing all this stuff you're watching. Like, let's just put together a review for your review of Criminal Minds, and you put it out there on your Tumblr or wherever else you are.
You can't monetize Tumblr. You absolutely cannot monetize Tumblr.
We're gonna just have another podcast on the PSVG network called Criminal Minds.
Hayley watches.
I mean, sure, but also I don't know how to edit things, so that someone would have to teach me that. Anyways,
don't be edit it. Just throw it up there.
YouTube has all of the things you'll ever need. You can also have a watch series on Hayley watches how to do things. I mean, I'm just saying. You gotta
on the gaming front, since I know that's Dottie's favorite segment was the Criminal Minds thing. Also, yes, I do have the next series I'm going to binge. I've seen that before too. It'll be Teen Wolf. So fun times. Anyways, all I've played this week is Valhalla. I don't know, I was in a mood to go back to it after the Nodens arc mystery. Which, by the way, in regards to last week's stories, like literally the day after we recorded, the mystery of how to do it properly in game was solved. So I also unlocked Excalibur this week. That was fun.
Was it given to you by a lady in the lake?
No, you slot 12 pieces of stone into stone, and then the sword can be pulled from the stone.
What?
I don't want to spoil Valhalla. It's like EC related. There's
Excalibur's there, so.
Hi, yes. I don't think that's a spoiler considering it's on the cover art. So
I knew
some people get mad over less.
It's on the cover art for the collector's edition. It's literally in the eagle. Anyways, so I did that. I also reached power level 313, which max power level is 400, and then you start earning mastery levels. So, just having fun. I might platinum Valhalla. I also have, Lucas, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. I have a segment that I'm going to take from Greg. Fuck this trophy. Whoever designed Overdesign 2 deserves to be shot. Good God, that trophy freaking sucks.
What that is.
For reference, the description of that trophy is defeat 3 hard level enemies while on fire without breaking their shields.
While you're on fire?
Yes. while you are on fire.
I don't
Fuck
think that's
that
how
trophy.
fire works.
I mean, if you're a badass and you're on fire and you still killing fools, why not? And not just
I got
regular
that trophy,
fools,
but
but hard fools.
that trophy's a pain in the ass, and I hate it. Whoever designed it should be shot.
A little drastic.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
Not
That's a
fired.
bit much. I mean, oof.
Not suspended for a week without pay. No, they need to be shot.
Just take it out.
Can they
back
live
and
after they've been
just-
shot? Or this occurs to death?
Like, can we shoot them in the leg? Like, do we
Yeah.
have to?
Yeah.
Are we going for murder
No,
here? Just like
we're
the
not
leg
going
shot?
for murder. Not going for murder. Just they deserve to be shot.
Well, at least you're benevolent.
I mean, still,
The look
it's a lot.
the look on Dev's face.
I mean, we're shooting people for trophies now. I mean, that's oof.
Yeah,
It's rough.
it's a cold world, baby. Cold world.
It's Cold World Records.
Oh my god. That's about it. Like I said, I already have my next series lined up to binge. We're gonna rewatch Teen Wolf.
All right. My week has been a week, lots of work. Working on a project, building a service desk, and that's just a pain in the butt. That's a pain in the butt. So
Must be nice.
I'd rather be sitting at home watching shows. But
If I could get paid
Such
for
is
doing
life.
it, I would.
you gotta find a
Netflix,
way to
give
monetize.
me-
You find a way to monetize.
Netflix, give me a call.
But what did I play this week? Like, I feel like this week went by really fast. I don't even remember. What did I play?
Did you end up picking up Hitman or?
No, I didn't pick up Hitman.
Okay.
I picked up something else. I picked up 2 games that were on like super duper sale. Games that I bought Dragon's Crown Pro, which is like a side scroller vanillaware. It's an old game. It was on PS3.
We talked about that one before here.
Yeah, we remastered that one. I picked it up on. It was on sale for dirt cheap. And I have the physical disc of that because I bought the collector's edition because the box art was dope. So it was like $8. I was like, I'll buy this because it's a good palate cleanser game. Like when I'm just not trying to do a whole lot, nice little side scroller, beat 'em up. So I picked that up. I also picked up Ghost Recon Breakpoint because it was like $8. And over in Xbox Land was talking about how nice it was. I was like, you know what? I do like these games. I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I played Wildlands. Breakpoint looked all right, but then all the reviews came out, and I just haven't picked it up. So
yeah, so for $8, it's like sure.
It's 12 in Canada. So
I did rebeat Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So that's what I played this week. I just kept playing that until I beat it. But then also, what?
What color lightsaber did you choose?
You gotta go with the purple player saber. Why are you asking silly questions? Oh,
makes sense.
I mean, I was just checking.
The only reason I went purple is because you can't do red until New Game Plus, and I'm not doing New Game Plus for what?
Yeah, I went pink, so I don't think that should shock you at all.
No, not
Not
a
at
little
all.
bit. Not even a little bit.
For anyone who doesn't know, pink is my favorite color. So
yeah, no, but yeah, I beat that. Really enjoyed that game, and then I just kind of jumped around and stuff, trying to figure out what I want to play next. I jumped around in to God of War because God of War is awesome.
Yes.
So I jumped into that. I got Call of Duty from Delvin. That showed up yesterday, so I got that installed. I was very, very upset at the fact that the campaign is an add-on that you have to download from the internet.
See?
It's I was like, you gotta
It's
be
stupid.
kidding me. I'm like,
also like their whole
multiplayer.
point of like advertising that was like, hey, you can choose which part of the game you want to install, but the campaign is the optional install. What?
well,
Why?
the campaign, zombies, and Black Ops Arcade or whatnot, those are all on the disc. And then the campaign is an optional download. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever. I just want to play the campaign. What if I don't have internet access? What if I bought the game and I don't have internet like that, and I'm buying it because I want to play the campaign, not the multiplayer? I'm just screwed. So I thought that was really odd how they did that. So I went into the optional install for the campaign, which is also 3 parts that you have to download. I was like, what kind of random nonsense? Made
It's
sure that
horrible.
the zombies was not installed, the Call of Duty Black Ops arcade was not installed, and then the multiplayer is like 70 gigs itself. So in total, like the install is like 130 or something like that.
Yeah, and then if you install like zombies and
Yeah, I'm not installing
Black
none of that
Ops
shit.
Arcade, it becomes like 205, isn't it?
I'm not. I have no idea because those are never
It's
going to be installed. If I
ridiculous.
could uninstall the multiplayer, I would. I just want to play the campaign.
I
I
know
was
you just
mad
want
at
to play the
all the
campaign.
hoops I had to go through to just get the game. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
So funny. It's so funny to me. You just want to play the
Just-
campaign, and you're forced to install all this other stuff.
Yeah,
Like, what kind
it's
of-
trash.
And I'm like, okay, cool, we're copying. All right, let's go. Wait, you're just copying the multiplayer. How do I get to the campaign? Oh, okay, boot up the game. Campaign not installed. Press square to install. It's like you've got to be kidding me. So that was a surprise. I was just like, wow.
I gotta say this, and this is credit to Xbox Series X. I put the disc in, it all just installed. It was just there. I didn't have to worry about none of the other crap. It installed campaign. I immediately got into the campaign.
Okay, but on Series X, could you not have the multiplayer installed, or was it again the campaign was the optional install?
It installed everything. I put the disc in. I waited. I like went and did some stuff. When I came back, everything was installed in. It just told me to press start. Everything.
Okay, but my question was, if you didn't want the multiplayer or any of that installed, could you uninstall
I would not
it?
know because I didn't even try it. Once I saw everything installed, I was so happy. Like, oh, thank God. I got to do all this stupidness. I said,
Yeah. That was a really weird shock. I was
I'll
like,
check today,
this is
Haley.
just-
See if it lets me uninstall the
Yeah,
multiplayer
yeah.
stuff.
Let us know, because that's an interesting thing. That's so weird.
Yeah. I was very taken aback by how they did that, but yeah, whatever. I'll play the campaign. I'll be happy with that. I do now have a game share partner with PS5, my boy JV. So I do have Valhalla now. So I may jump into that at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna play that?
At some point, you know, this is a long game. There's a lot to do in that game, so I don't know. If I'm
There is.
ready
I
to
put
take on-
I put 80 hours into it, and I still have like 6 story arcs left. So,
Yeah, I got enough.
But
games
also-
that I need to play.
but
and
also,
beat, so I
Dev,
don't know.
don't forget, I'm like not a mainliner. I will absolutely go and do all the side stuff. So,
I'm the
Yes.
same way, which is why I'm very scared to play this game because if there's side missions, I typically want to do all the side
Actually,
stuff before I
that-
take
actually-
on any of the main stuff.
actually, that's your favorite part about this. They're not side missions. The way Valhalla does side missions is you have wealth, artifacts, and mysteries, which show up on the map as white, gold, and blue. And so they're side missions, but they don't show up in your mission log. Like if you walk away from them and you don't remember what that side mission is, good luck. But essentially, like there'll be a little world logo, and you get the point. Anyways, you show up to that icon, they give you a little mission, but it doesn't show up in your quest log. Essentially, like you just do whatever the little mission is, you get the experience for it, you're done. It doesn't show up in your mission log, you don't have to go very far usually. And then it's done and over, and it ticks off one little side like thing for that area. So for like
Does it show up on
Lo-
the map?
yes.
So it's a Ubisoft map with like things all over the place, right?
Only once you've discovered them. They don't immediately just all
so I
pop
gotta-
up on the map.
No. Then no. I'm too old. I'm too old to be running around the world just discovering random stuff. That's not happening. I want my mini map. I want all my points of interest, and I just want to go.
Okay,
I don't want to
okay.
discover anything.
But
Screw
hold
you, Breath
on
of the
here.
Wild and all of this discovery nonsense that you've brought into my games. I don't like it.
Okay, but hold on. Let me finish. By discover, I mean once you sync a map point, then it like once you sync at a like synchronization point, then the stuff that's uncovered in that area will show up. Like
Okay.
that show. Yeah, you're not having to go find them. Once you
Okay.
synchronize, stuff for that area shows up on that.
Do the little
Like,
thing where the whole
on the
world
map.
flips around.
Yeah.
Oh, the eagle.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good.
Actually,
with that.
it's in Valhalla. It's a raven, but yeah, it's not
Like
like
the raven.
it's not like Immortals where you have to like zoom in and find everything on your own.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll get into it eventually because sometimes you want to kill people as a Viking, you know. So we'll see. We'll see. Other than that, I don't even remember my week. I'm on call right now, so I could get a call at any point in time. They actually have to do work, so yeah, I'm on call till Thursday. So yeah, my week has been a week where there's been lots of things that have happened, and I can't really remember most of them. So whatever.
I would love to have a job because I apparently, according to you two, have too much time on my hands where I can finish 3 seasons in a week.
Yeah.
Yes, this has become the Criminal Minds podcast, and people ain't happy about it.
Now it's
No.
about to be the Teen Wolf
Correction.
podcast.
Correction. Donnie's not happy about it. I
Oh.
don't know about other people.
Well, he's people.
Donnie's the only one who's like, I can do without that.
I'm sure
Hey,
there are.
Hey,
others.
by next week, I'll be talking about Teen Wolf. How about that?
Oh, then I will be shutting the fuck up. After that. Then I will be boycotting this podcast.
If you ain't
No, you
watching the
won't.
Teen Wolf movies, then it doesn't matter. If you ain't watching the Michael J.
God,
Fox originals, it don't matter.
I've
It's
watched
not
the
even-
originals. They're garbage.
Whoa, watch
What?
your mouth. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
They're garbage.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
No,
Absolutely garbage.
no. How dare you?
Look here. We
How
need to get you off
dare
this,
you.
this. If you don't like it, it's garbage train, all right? You just say I don't like it. Just because you don't like it, don't make it garbage. Teen Wolf is fantastic.
Again. My opinion is that
You don't
movie
like
is
it.
garbage. I am not
Your-
saying it's
your-
garbage
Your
because
opinion is wrong.
that's not how opinions work.
It's absolutely wrong. That's how it works around here, all right?
Yes.
You will not talk about Teen Wolf like it's not great.
Hey, you want to
Alright.
pass the torch? My mom hates those movies too. So
Well, see where you get it from.
Leave your mom out here. She is a lovely woman. I am not going to be on here slandering people's mama. That is something I will not do on this podcast.
my mom hates that movie too. So just so we're clear.
I'm not going to say nothing about your mama. She is a lovely, nice woman. She is awesome. Blessings to her.
Mhm.
You are not getting me with that. No.
Not today, Satan. Not today. All right, well, let's get into some questions because we've actually got quite a few.
We do, but before we get to Lucas's question, I didn't add it because I couldn't get the formatting right. Let me read his introduction before you read his question.
Go for it.
Uh,
Read all that.
Yeah. Question for the show. Hey there, PSX crew. Thanks for shouting me out and holding my question posting feet to the fire during the last episode, which I guess doesn't really work since feet are gross and I've never tried to type with them. Anywho, now you can read his question.
My question for you is this, and this comes from Lucas Hamfisher, the pastor. He says, what is the weirdest, craziest, most nerdy thing you have done or do in the name of video games? This year, I am celebrating the Platinum Trophy by earning as many as I can in 2021. Just got 30 plats in 30 days. That is also someone who has too much time on their hands. That's ridiculous. All right.
And he is a
Ridiculous, Lucas.
pastor. He
Yeah.
is praising the Lord and stuff.
Okay, but
30
also
plats
How does he have all
30
this
days.
time?
Unless you're
not
playing
to
those, like,
besmirch.
ridiculous
is.
platinums
I
that
was
you
about
get
to-
for
not-
like a couple of hours of
not-
play.
Not to besmirch the name of Mr. Pastor Lucas Ham, but he is in fact also playing those. He's not playing like 30
Going
Valhallas. He's been
That
playing.
Greg
He's
Miller
been
route
playing
of
some of
finding all
the
these
Greg Miller
ridiculous
stuff.
games.
Yes.
Oh no, that's
He
those
you're in the GMG Discord. He posts what he's playing to earn the platinums in Trophy Achievement Shop. Literally, just look in there. You'll see what he's been playing.
shenanigans. He's also posting shoutouts on Twitter to the developers that have made the games that he's platinumed in the past. So what about
Cool.
you, fine folks? Anything
So,
super
question
nerdy
is-
or ridiculous, weird, crazy, most outlandish thing that you have done or do in the name of video games?
Does this
I mean-
podcast count?
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, I was gonna say this podcast, But also, I've met Roger Clark. I would consider that super nerdy. I've gone and met a voice actor for a game I enjoyed. And by the way, I know that some people here aren't fans of Red Dead, but for anyone who doesn't know who Roger Clark is, the voice of Arthur Morgan himself.
Cool.
So,
I mean, yeah, I feel like the nerdiest thing that I do in the name of video games is this podcast, going to conventions, like going to the PlayStation experience when it was a thing. God, I miss it. Bring it back. That's about it. Like, I don't think there's anything weird or crazy that I do. I'm definitely not chasing no platinums because that is just absolute shenanigans.
I get platinums. Heck, I'm very excited to be able to start earning a platinum I've already earned again on Tuesday. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but
All right.
What about you, Duff? Anything crazy, wild, naughty, nerdy, anything?
Okay.
Naughty.
Older me.
Episode 69.
Yeah. Older me, I guess probably the nerdiest video game thing I've done is like import video games, like from Japan, like certain games I want to play. I just buy it and play it in here in its native language of Japanese. When I was in high school, I imported a Japanese PlayStation 2 so I can play the Transformers game over there, which is weird because that game is in English. Didn't come out in the United States. The whole game is in English.
What?
Yes. There's a Japanese Transformers game that was for PS2. The game was completely in English, and it was based off the Gen 1 Transformers.
Oh, man, it's the best gen.
Yes, and it was amazing. It was so cool because it was, you pick a Transformer, and you can have two other Transformers go with you, and you do missions. It was like a third-person action game. I want to say it's kind of before its time because you didn't have like I guess those cover-based third-person action games for PS2.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. So you could pick like Optimus Prime and have Ratchet and Ironhide follow behind you. Y'all just shoot up Decepticons.
Fire.
Super cool. Now,
Also, speaking of Decepticons, this just popped into my head. That line from Bumblebee was like, their name is literally the Decepticons. Is that not raising any red flags?
You know us.
as a kid,
us humans, we're dumb.
The nerdiest thing I did as a kid, when I say a kid, young kid, I went to the 1992, I want to say, Nintendo World Championships.
As a player or as a spectator?
Spectator. But they had it was in Miami Beach. And I remember this because, which is a thing they don't definitely do now. They had it when you could play Super Mario 3 before it came out. You could only play like 45 seconds of it. They had these kiosks all around there, and you could play Mario 3 for like 45 seconds. Because if I remember correctly, this was around the time the movie The Wizard came out.
Yep, it's exactly around the time The Wizard came out. I remember watching
so they were,
a little documentary.
Wait. The Wizard or The Wizard of Oz?
No, The Wizard.
The Wizard.
You never heard of this movie, Hayley?
No.
Oh my
The Wizard was literally a movie to promote Mario 3.
Yep, that's exactly
it
what
had Fred Savage in it, and it was about these kids traveling across country.
Who's Fred Savage?
What? You don't know who Fred Savage is?
Don't even bother. Don't even bother. She's not.
Yes.
We're not even going to bother.
No, I'm not kidding. Who's Fred Savage?
Nope.
Yeah. The movie was about a group of kids going cross country to California in a video game championship. That's how the kid kept saying in the movie.
Who's Fred Savage?
He's an actor.
You're not going there. You need to Google Fred Savage. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But
do I? Or is that going to lead me down a rabbit hole?
Probably. But the whole big finale of this movie was that this kid, one of the kids was like a child prodigy who was incredibly good at video games. And the whole climax of the movie was, yes, the whole climax of the movie was they have to play in Super Mario 3, a game they never played before. And this was the debut of Mario 3.
Okay.
The movie is basically one big old Nintendo advertisement. They have the Power Glove. They have all kind of stuff for Nintendo.
Yes.
It's about basically the Nintendo World Championship and these brothers and their journey to get to Cali to play these games.
Anytime the word brother is said, I can only think about Hulk Hogan. Also, speaking of, Hulk Hogan is apparently requesting help in Resident Evil Village because "Help Me, Brother" is written in blood on the wall.
Lord
I
have
wouldn't
mercy.
help him if he was on fire. He needs somebody to piss on him.
Yeah, I wouldn't help him either.
Not
Yes,
even a little bit.
yes. But
Wow.
it was pretty
Go watch
cool
The
as a
Wizard.
kid. There's a video
watch-
out there.
go
I
watch
can't.
it.
I need to find it. Of me. You guys can Google this, by the way. You won't find a video of me, but I have a video somewhere. My dad probably has it of me dancing to this song, eating Super Mario Super Snacks.
Oh.
What the hell?
They had a booth there where you can shoot music videos in like the old '90s weird format and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And people would go in the booth. I think it was like $5.
By weird 90s format, you mean 3x4, right?
That
For
too, but
format.
you ever see
He
like the
means
old
Saved by the Bell.
yes, exactly.
I've
I've
like
seen Saved by the Bell.
Saved by
That's
the
what he
Bell,
means.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I'm
And they
Mark Wahlberg. It's a Transformer.
So they would play, you would go in this booth, you would dance to this song that would play over and over again of like a bad rap song that says, and the chorus was Super Mario, real fruit snack Nintendo.
Oh man.
So there's a video of me and my
I
cousin
missed those
doing the
days.
kid and play to that song.
Wow.
I'm still laughing at the I'm Mark Wahlberg.
Nothing
yeah,
gets more
that-
90s than you doing the kid and play to
Yeah.
some Super Mario advertisement for their fruit snacks.
Yeah, and after you did the whole thing, they give you like a bag of the Mario fruit snacks, which were pretty good.
Oh, okay. So fruit snacks. Nice.
Yes.
I miss those days. God, that takes me back.
Go to the grocery store and buy a bag of fruit snacks.
No. It's not about the fruit snacks. It's about just the time period, how all the different tie-ins and all the advertisement deals and how everything had some kind of fruit snack or some kind of snack tie-in. Like Super Mario was on everything. There was a Super Mario Bros.
And-
Cereal, the fruit snacks, the drink. Like there was just so much stuff. Like it was just a time period. And like the Wizard was basically just one big old advertisement for Nintendo and Super Mario Brothers 3. It was awesome.
And how Nintendo back then wasn't afraid to whore themselves out to any and everybody. Like Nintendo was everywhere. Like, Captain N was a thing.
Yep. This is why they have a war chest of money is from us in the 90s,
Yeah.
basically. Oh man.
I mean,
Captain
I
N.
still
Wow, yeah.
I think Microsoft at this point has a bigger war chest than Nintendo.
Well, you got to remember, Microsoft makes operating systems and Windows and
Yes.
computers. Nintendo just makes video games, you know?
They used to make cards too.
Nobody cared about those.
Nah.
I mean, people in the 1800s did when Nintendo was making cards.
The 1800s. Nobody remembers the 1800s. Nobody. Stop.
I'm not that
Stop.
old yet.
Stop.
Captain N was great.
Captain N.
With all their characters that didn't look like the video game characters
Not
like Mega
even a
Man.
little bit.
Mega
Now you lost. All right.
Mega Man
let's
sounded
move
like
on
a
to the next
40-year-old man with lymphedema.
Oh man.
Let's
And
move
then
on
the
to the
Legend of
next
Zelda
question.
cartoon. Dope.
Yes.
Dope. Look, you're gonna bear with us as we take our little our trip down memory lane. All right, you can
Yes.
watch your Criminal Minds. Me and Delvin are gonna talk about the Wizard and Captain N. All right,
I don't
Yes.
know
Old
what I don't
heads.
know what the
We
hell
grew
any
up
of
in
this
this era.
is.
we grew up in the age of video games coming up, and it was a glorious time. All right,
Great.
I don't know what
you
any
ain't
of
never
that
played with
is.
the NES Advantage or the NES Max or the Power Glove.
No, the first Nintendo system I had was Super Nintendo. So
You missed out.
Yeah, you did.
I was
NES
born
was a
in
great time.
'95.
And
Sucks to be you.
yep, it's all right.
We had a blast with
Oh,
the
yeah.
zapper,
Oh yeah.
with the power pad. When you put it on the floor, you have to run.
You didn't run. You just used your hands. You just got
Yeah.
down with your hands and called it a day. With Gyromite, oh man.
Gyrobite.
So for audio listeners, you can't see like me just being dumbfounded. So
It's because you're like 12. It's fine. Like I said, me and Del.
I am
just
not
took our
12.
Trip down memory lane. It was great.
Fantastic.
Oh man. Nintendo Power magazines. Good time.
So good. Game Pro.
Ah, so good. Back when everything wasn't on the internet, you had to wait. Everything was it just felt that good, that much better to get information because you knew you was only going to get it monthly and you just poured through the magazines instead of having everything accessible on the internet. It's a good time. It's a good time.
I am now rolling my eyes for audio listeners.
I think they feel us. They agree with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Next question. This is a very 69-ish. Justin, Justy Pickett. He was on the show a couple weeks ago. One of the originators of the XP podcast. He wants to know, Mary, Boff, kill, Nathan Drake, Elena, or Chloe.
I'm immediately killing Nathan Drake.
I mean,
I cannot sit in the house with him making all those dumbass quips. I would murder him with my bare hands.
Yes. He's getting choked out.
Mary, Chloe, Elena, kill Drake. There you go.
I agree with Hayley, 100%.
I mean, I'm going the same route.
Chloe's sexy.
Yeah.
I'm marrying Chloe.
Yeah. Pretty much. That was easy.
I'm murdering Nathan Drake.
He got to go.
In cold blood.
He got to go.
Then telling the cops I did it.
Pretty much.
Coming here saying all these dumbass quips.
You're welcome.
Hey, Sully, look at this. No. Get out my house. No. We're not doing this today.
All right.
Shooting somebody. That's what's getting
Oh, my God.
It's cool to see it in a video game and hear it in a video game for a certain amount of hours. But to live with a person like that has to be insufferable.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a question for you. Do you think do you think Nolan North is like that in real life, or?
I think Nolan North is the complete opposite of that in real life.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I imagine Nolan North being a little bit curmudgeonly. Like he like to have fun, but at the same time, he's like, all right, enough with the Nathan Drake stuff, please. Let me relax.
Are you kidding? He's still advocating for another Drake game. He's been on Twitter.
Of course, he gets paid a boatload of money for it.
I mean, yeah,
but he for it too.
But he loves Nathan Drake. Anytime someone brings up like, let's do a new Uncharted game with like Drake as the Sully figure, like, I'm in.
Of course.
I mean,
give you a bucket of money.
But to be that character all the time, I'm sure he's like, all right, it's fun to journey into that character and be him for a minute. But to be an insufferable Nathan Drake at all times, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't find Drake insufferable. I'm gay, so.
Yeah. He has his moments. He's not insufferable in a video game when you're playing for 8-12 hours, but if you're living with that person, you want to strangle
Uncharted 4 was like 14 if you played it like right. Unless you're going for the platinum, in which case you have to beat the game in under 6 hours, which the only way to do that is to skip cutscenes. So
yeah. Can I swap out Elena for Nadine? Can I do that?
If you're swapping out Elena for Nadine, then I'm marrying Nadine immediately.
Yeah,
100%.
Can I just swap them out? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. I'm pulling a switcheroo. I don't care what you say.
No. I'm not the arbiter of the question. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of.
I'm marrying Nadine immediately.
I'm getting rid of Elena. I'm swapping her out for Nadine. I don't care. This is my show. It's my rules. I do what I want. Elena got to go. All right. Our next question comes from Garrett Bland, the Bland Explosion himself. He wants to know, who was your first video game character crush? His was two.
The only one I can remember is Chloe. So, and before anyone asks, I'm not talking Chloe Price from Life is Strange, though. Yes, do have one on her. I'm talking Chloe from Uncharted 2.
This is a tough one because when you're playing on NES, the characters don't look like anything, so
yeah,
it's kind of hard to have any kind of crush on any video game character before like PS2, PS3, because like even Final Fantasy VII, like the characters
blocks.
Were pixels, it's blocks, you know.
Yeah, they have a bunch of blocks. Like I've seen Aerith from the original. Like she like a bunch of triangles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
that's a hot triangle.
Lara Croft in the original Tomb Raider, like, of course they gave her
Yeah.
like, huge breasts and everything, but they were points, so it's like this is dumb. Like, there's no crush here. Like, no.
Yeah.
I can't think of any video game character where I've been like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, I don't. When I'm playing games, I don't look at them like that. I'm like,
I'm gonna say this. I didn't start thinking that video game characters were attractive until they start modeling them after actual people.
yeah,
So it's a little different now. Like now, for example, Elena is modeled after the actual person. They got like face capture and stuff like that. So they are actual people with their face. They may not be the voice actor or actress, but it's a person who models that face. They don't just come out of that face from the sky. So it's kind of different now.
yeah.
So you take that into consideration. I'll probably be like Nadine, maybe.
You know who I'm gonna pick? I'm taking Jessie from the Final Fantasy VII remake. She knew what she wanted.
Yeah,
That's your first?
yeah.
Again,
like I was saying, it's so different now because
Yeah.
now these are actual people who model them, so they look like real people, as opposed to, hey, look at Miss Pac-Man, she's hot. Like it's a block.
Yeah, like
Also, if you find Miss Pac-Man hot, you got issues.
I'm quite
But
sure
that's-
there's a lot of Rule 34 Miss Pac-Man out there.
I'm sure.
I mean, that's Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But yeah, before, like, I didn't look at video game characters like, because they were just blocks, you know, and when you're only playing like sports games and RPGs most of your life until we get to like these newer systems, there's not a whole lot there, you know. So
Yeah. Very accurate.
yeah,
You know what? I will say this. One thing we did have, pinball machines with hot girls on them.
you had pinball machines. I definitely was not going to the arcade and playing
You
pinball machines.
never went to arcade and seen the risque pinball machine? Like, why is this in the kids' arcade?
It's pinball. I walked as fast as I could get past the pinball machines. I'm not playing no pinball games or paying any attention.
I love
I'm like,
pinball.
where
Pinball's
is
great.
Street Fighter? All right, where's Ninja Turtles? Where's X-Men?
Y'all had
Where's the Simpsons
arcades?
arcade
That
game?
must have been nice. The only arcade I've been to is the one inside Great Wolf Lodge.
Canada's just miserable. It's just
Yeah.
miserable.
You only have
I was
arcades?
born in 95. The arcade was dead already.
That's
They
not
still
true.
have arcades out here now.
Yep. Man,
There's one on Clifton Hill, but it's not good. So
Dave and Buster's technically is an arcade.
it is. It's an adult arcade.
it's a restaurant.
It's an arcade with a restaurant in it.
Pretty much an arcade.
No, it's a restaurant with an arcade
no,
in it.
Nope, wrong. Got them flipped. It's an
I
arcade.
have never said to
with a
anybody in my
restaurant.
life, let's go to Dave and Buster's and get some food.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with Dev. It's more like, let's go to Dave and Buster's and play some games. And
Let's
while
get
we
these
probably
drinks and play
there, we
these
can get something to eat.
And we'll have some wings on the side here, you know? That's what it is. Nobody's going there for the food. We're going for the game.
I guarantee you there are people going to Dave and Buster's for the food.
Those
Just like
people are
nobody's
idiots.
going to Hooters for the food. Nobody's like, hey, let's go to Hooters for some.
There are absolutely people going to Hooters for the food. There's a whole like subreddit on people who talk about like just going to Hooters for the food. They don't even care.
They are
Those
lying.
people are lying to themselves. They are lying to themselves. It's
There are
bullshit.
better wings everywhere else.
everywhere else.
I mean, there's a Hooters restaurant that doesn't even have the classic uniform. Like it's literally like just the wings.
Why does that place exist?
Why would you go
Because
there?
people actually like Hooters wings. I don't know.
There's
Lies.
1,000 places to have better
Y'all
wings than
learning
Hooters.
a bunch of new things today, aren't you?
You're learning a bunch of new things
Yeah.
today.
Oh my god. All right, next question.
Next question comes from that retro code. He says, if Sony ever returns to E3, will their show be focused on games that will matter, or will it be a production of overhyped trailers that doesn't deliver anything concrete about the products?
Well, E3 is dead, so jot that down. Secondly, I don't know what you mean by overhyped that doesn't deliver, because that's not
What do you
Sony.
mean
It
by that?
didn't say it doesn't deliver. It said it doesn't deliver anything concrete about the product. So basically, he's saying is it going to
Yeah.
just be sizzle reels?
Yeah, overhyped trailers.
Yeah,
Just
That's-
boom, boom, boom.
For example, like how long did it take to get any of the games that were in the E3 year of dreams? Like
Yes.
it took forever for those games to come out. That's more or less
Okay.
what he's getting at. And to that, I say Sony gonna Sony.
Yeah.
You
Right, it was true. We're
they're-
gonna have an E3, by the way. E3
I
might be
get
gone
it.
forever.
I
I
mean,
hope it comes back.
E3 is dead. It's all gonna be Nintendo style directs now. Like that's it. It's over. E3 is dead.
I hope it comes back because last year there were points last year like, oh, some of the announcements
Okay.
was awful.
Okay, but
Jeff
let
Keighley
me
will
point
find a
out
way to bring it back to life.
when you have the advertisers for the event leaving from a difference in creative vision, and the creative vision difference is that they wanted to make it an influencer event, E3 is dead.
Rephrase this. It doesn't have to be E3 per se. Just something like E3. Something
don't
on
think
that
we're
scale.
Like E3 again.
The Game Awards was kind of like that this past year.
Game Awards is always like that, though. It's more about the trailers than it is the awards.
But
Like,
it was
look
even
how-
more so. This year it felt more so like that because we didn't have an E3.
I mean,
Which is
sure,
why
but
I
also,
say
like-
that if anybody will bring it back, it'll be Jeff Keighley. He'll find a way to make E3 more like E3. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think that it's dead. I think what we knew as E3 is dead, but that doesn't mean that something might not rise from its ashes and replace it and called E3 and be more
E4.
focused. E4. Just a little more tightened, a little more streamlined, but I don't think E3 is dead for good. And even if it's all Nintendo style directs and we get all of these different things, if it's all done within 1 week and everybody has their 2-hour block to have their direct or whatnot, and it's all more streamlined and focused, I think that it's a possibility that could happen. And if that does happen, Sony gonna Sony. Like they gonna give you these sizzle reels. That's what they do.
Yeah, bunch of sister reels. Well, I will say this. For the most part, they have given us all the games in their sizzle reels.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not like other companies where hey, we got some cool stuff to show you. Oh, that's not coming out no more. That's more annoying than anything to me.
It may take 4 years, but we'll get it.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. The GTYSC podcast. He says, when the F is Far Cry 6 and MLB The Show 2021 coming out? And when is PS5 going to get some stuff out there to make people want to buy it?
I mean,
Get
you
a
could just say shit. I don't
goddamn
think you
Batman
could.
game. Look, I'm trying to limit my cursing, okay? All right.
I'm not. I'm sorry, Lucas. I'm not. Like,
All right.
I'll call it out when I have to do it, but like, I'm sorry.
Get a gosh dang Batman game on there already. That's why I got a PS4. I find that last comment to be interesting.
That is
The podcast is called Gun in the Sacred Cow. It's a great podcast. I want to make sure people know what that is before I give him his props. But I think he's not that much of a gamer,
Okay.
but he likes like Batman. Batman brings people to the system and stuff like that. So I think that's the type of stuff he's looking for. And MLB The Show, didn't we get something?
We did.
We
The
got a
cover
leak.
art leaked. Which, by the way, that was a fun discussion in the Xbox chat yesterday because Fortune Towers was asking why PlayStation Studios logo was on the front cover. They thought that it was all about PlayStation just wanting to slap their stuff on Xbox covers. And I was like, no, it's because MLB The Show is developed by a Sony first-party studio, which is why it
they're
has
making the game.
Studio's branding on it. Like it's
Yeah, they're
it's
making
not
the
there
game. They
for
should
them
have
to
their name
go,
on it.
hey, look at the PlayStation logo. In regards to Far Cry, currently, we don't have a date, but there's that leaked thing that's still, I think, listed on the Xbox Store as May 25th as like the release date. I don't know if that'll actually be the date. I would love it to be the date.
That looks amazing, by the way. Far Cry looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Far Cry series. a lot.
And also, like, in regards to get a Batman game on there, well, you're not going to get a Batman game. You're going to get a Bat Family game, which is supposed to come out at some point this year, which I'm assuming will be, like, anytime from June to October.
It'd be cooler, actually.
In Gotham Knights, which looks fantastic, and I'm very excited for. So
and it's also going to be on PS4, if I'm correct.
Yes, it is cross-gen as far as I know. Gotham Knights will be on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and
So if you don't
PC.
have a PS5 by the time it comes out, you still will be able to play all of these games essentially.
Yeah. The only one I'm not entirely sure of is the show. Is that like new gen exclusive, or is that coming out on PS4?
I'm almost certain that's previous and current gen.
Yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna bring that on everything, especially since and getting a PS5 might take until the end of the year. Ridiculousness.
Yeah, I saw that story earlier this week.
That sucks, man. The fact that the production of the chips is just so backed up that getting them regularly on the shelves may take until the second half of this year is insane.
That's
and
wild.
I will say this about the show. The show is the only sports game I play with a sport I don't watch because it's that good. The show is really good.
I don't watch baseball, but I also don't play the show. But that's also because like I'm not really a fan of sports sims.
The show is beautiful looking and it plays great.
It is.
I'll occasionally fire up like NHL, like when it comes to EA Access, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to play a sports game. Like the only game I used to do that with was the bowling games. Give me a good bowling game.
I agree with that. The show may be the best consistently sports game they have, period.
Yeah.
It's consistently good. Like even 2K, which I like a lot, it's always something wrong with 2K.
Yep, indeed. The show is consistent. Every year it's good. Okay. Our last question comes from the All Bros. He says, what game style do you guys enjoy the most? Personally, I like open world games with good stories. For example, Skyrim and Red Dead Redemption 2. Well, y'all know me. Give me them third person action adventure games, which is why I have a PlayStation. I mean,
yeah, I'm a fan of open world games with good stories as well. But I'm also a fan of like Dev said, third person action. Like I just I like PlayStation stuff generally. This is gonna break your son's heart, Delvin, but except Jack and Daxter, I never liked that.
Yeah,
me platformer and kick rocks.
I like third person action games and I want to say third person storytelling games like the Telltale Walking Dead and Beyond Two Souls.
Walking simulator. That's not really third person. That's just walking.
Would that be a walking simulator if you're doing things in the game?
Yeah,
you're just walking from place to place and pressing X to do something. That ain't really
Yeah, that's a walking simulator. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy Telltale's The Walking Dead or like their Batman or Tales from the Borderlands. They're still just walking simulators. Like they're good. They're good stories, but they're still just a walking simulator because, like Dev said, all you're doing is
it's a choose your own adventure book in digital format.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
If I would call it a walking simulator. See, when I think of walking simulator, I think of the first person type games or things like Journey or something like that. I guess you could consider it that, but
Journey's not even a walking simulator. It's a puzzle game.
Yeah, you're actually jumping around and performing actions and
you're doing the same thing as the Walking Dead games. You're performing actions. Now I'm gonna say like,
but Delvin, the difference between Journey and The Walking Dead is that the actions you do in The Walking Dead are still press X to do. In Journey, you're actually having to solve puzzles.
Yeah. Puzzle solving in The Walking Dead games. I know that, right? It's not difficult puzzle solving.
I have the platinum for literally every The Walking Dead game except the
I do as well.
You don't.
I'm just saying, there's puzzle solving in those games. It's not difficult puzzle solving, but there is puzzle solving.
Okay, but in Journey, there's like actual puzzles, not press X to solve puzzle.
Press an X.
I
doesn't matter. I was gonna say third person storytelling games. That was my point. Which I think The Walking Dead, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human are those type of games.
Walking simulators.
I would also classify them as walking simulators, but that's just me being an ass, to be perfectly honest.
I'm not being an ass. Like, they're actually walking simulators. Like,
I don't think they're walking simulators. I think
they're walking simulators. I'm sorry, but they are.
I don't think so.
They
Yeah,
are!
I mean, the Quantic games, I mean, you're not doing a whole lot. It's all, in context to the buttons and a couple of, like sequences where you got to press the right button and stuff. But there's not a whole lot of complexity to the actual control of the game. But those are good games. I'm a fan of those, but, it's just not super complex, but good
Case
stories.
I'm listening is like, I'm not being antagonistic to Delvin. Like, they're actually walking simulators. And that's
Oh my
fine.
gosh! Why are we still talking? I called it a third-person storytelling game.
It's
What's the difference?
Delvin likes the choose your own adventure game, and that's great.
Yes, thank you. That's perfect.
still a walking simulator.
I like third person stab, kill. All right.
Yeah.
If I had a shoe, I'd throw it at you, Hayley. I would throw it at you so hard.
Technically, you have a shoe. Just throwing it at me would damage your
My shoes
computer
are off.
and not
I don't keep my
activate
shoes on when I record. I'm in socks.
Okay. So am I.
Throw a sock at her.
Sexy socks. Sexy socks for episode 69.
69.
Okay.
Quiet Storm. Got the sexy
Quiet
socks.
storm, baby.
Let's go. All right. That does it for our questions. Thank you guys so much for getting us all of these questions so we could have all these talking points and explain what a walking simulator is and isn't, because apparently that's what we do here.
And
Let's
talk about
get
criminal
into
minds.
some news. Hayley, what stories do you have for us this week?
I'm sure y'all aren't surprised that this was my story for the week. So EA announced earlier this week, Full Circle, which will be the studio working on the next Skate game. Because for anyone who doesn't know, the reason this was a mystery is because after Skate 3, the studio that developed Skate, Black Box, they closed. And they were like, no one was fired. They were just shuffled off to different studios. Like a bunch of people from Skate went to work on like Criterion stuff and Ghost Games and stuff like that. So EA announced earlier this week, Full Circle, the new studio behind the next Skate game. Full Circle will be based in Canada and is led by Daniel McCulloch, former head of Xbox Live at Microsoft. However, the lead, the original designers of like the control scheme and stuff for Skate, Darren Chung and Kaz Perry, have returned. So I'm not expecting the control scheme to be different, which is good because that's what makes Skate different than like Tony Hawk. It's like using the analog sticks to like do your tricks, which is great. So I just thought it was good that we finally know what studio is working on Skate. So
Skate's a good series. I'm extremely excited to see what they do with it. I'm happy that people are going to get Skate, and I hope it doesn't turn to a Mirror's Edge situation. And
I
you know what
doubt
mean
it'll
by
be a
that.
Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Because also while we're at it, it was also mentioned like it's on live content. I mean, that's always been Skate though, because in even in Skate 1, people could create lines and you could download them and play them yourself. Like always been a thing with Skate, and it's worked incredibly well. In Skate 1, you could download like set lines from people and like upload your photos to the net, and people could like and share and give you like, you know, more kudos and cred for your stuff. And then in Skate 2, you could actually start moving objects around and make your own lines. And again, you could download them and play them that way. And then in Skate 3, you started being able to develop your own skate parks, and people could download and play those. So like, there's always been that focus with stuff like that for Skate, and it's worked incredibly well. So
That's what I meant by that. I meant the fact that people didn't support it. Like people asked for Mirror's Edge, and when Mirror's Edge, everybody bought it.
Okay, but
even though
hold on.
It wasn't that bad as people said it was.
Yeah.
By the way,
Oh, it wasn't. But hold on. Let me point out. People liked Mirror's Edge because it was a linear. Correct. That's why people didn't like Mirror's Edge Catalyst and
people didn't buy it
because they saw
people legit didn't buy it at all.
I know they didn't because they saw it was open world and were like, this is not what I want from Mirror's Edge. Whereas Skate has always been open world, so I don't think there's going to be an issue.
Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell.
We'll see.
You and Chalky
I mean, that
get it,
game's not-
and that's
that
the only
game's
people I
not
know
coming
who are
out.
gonna get it.
That game's not coming out until 2024 anyways, but
Yeah. So I know 2 people that are gonna get that game. That's about it.
Yeah.
what, Skate?
Yeah, you and Chaffee.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I feel like
But I mean, it's got
I
a
don't know.
fervent
I hope it
base,
does
so
great.
we'll see. I hope it does well too. I mean, people have been yelling for a new
I mean,
game, so I'm
Tyler the
hoping that all those
creator
people will pick
is
it
in
up.
on this. Tyler the creator has been literally for years begging EA to make a new Skate game.
So it should, based on the fervor of people who want this game, it should sell incredibly well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right, what you got for us, Delvin?
All right, this is the old story, but I think this story is fitting for episode 69. Apparently, which I think is cool, by the way, there is a book about video game butts
Yep.
written by Laura Kate Dale. For those who don't know, Laura Kate Dale, you can give more information on that, Hayley, because you were going to say you want to talk about it a little earlier.
Yes. Laura Kate Dale, for those who don't know, is a trans woman. She is on Jim Sterling's podcast, the Podquisition, frequently. And also does a series on YouTube called Accessibility, which is talking about accessibility in video games. Laura is fantastic. She used to do Kotaku stuff for the UK. So, she, finish your story before I go any further.
I think it's fascinating. I was going to say, I think it's fascinating that something like video game butts is something we don't think about, but we always kind of see it, especially when you play like third-person action games, and you can notice when it's bad in terms of like Miranda from Mass Effect 2, where everybody just kept talking about how ridiculous her butt size was and things like that. And I think when it's done well,
talking about how ridiculous her butt size were, people were just talking about her butt because,
yeah, exactly. I think it's something that you don't notice it when it's good, it's proportional, but when it's bad, you notice it a lot. I think it's cool that people are writing things like this and kind of stepping out the boundaries and things like, hey, check out these video game butts. And yeah, it seems silly, but I think there's cool aspects of this that people might want to check out.
Yeah, there's also in regards to this, there's contributions from other people in the industry as well, like Greg Miller and Tim Geddes have parts in this, and a few others as well, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I know that Laura took submissions for this book, so.
Yeah, and there's sections in the book literally about Mario, Donkey Kong, Sheik, Ganondorf, Solid Snake, and Master Chief. So it's not what you think it would be in terms of, hey, let's just find all these hot video game girl characters. No, it's not that at all. It's an intricate look and a very intelligent way to look at this conversation.
Yeah.
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Amazing.
Oh, man. That'll be a cool book. Great coffee table book.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say.
Conversation starter for sure.
All right, Delvin, what's your next story?
Yeah,
and this story is a little wild. Apparently, the police was called in Tokyo as people basically started a riot over PS5s. That's the best way to describe this.
Not surprising at all.
Yes. Police were called to a popular Tokyo department store on Saturday after the intended sale of the new PS5 consoles descended into chaos. I'm not going to say the name of this Japanese store. It starts with a wide camera in Tokyo and Akihabara's shopping district, promised to sell several hundred PS5 consoles via first come, first served policy. However, according to personal accounts on social media, the whole process was canceled after hundreds of consumers swamped the store. And
I could have told you that would be a bad idea, but.
And essentially, these people started fighting over the numbers because they were giving out numbers People were fighting over the numbers. A big fight brawl broke out. They said, we're not doing it no more.
Wow.
This is a wild story.
I'm
Going
sure
into
this would
February.
happen in your local Kentucky Walmart too. So
Yes, it's wild that we are going into February now, and this is still happening to this degree.
Yep, that, as well as it being a state of emergency because of coronavirus. Like,
yes, there are so many wild aspects of this.
Coronavirus.
This just sounds like awful idea.
Yeah, perfect storm of like bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially telling people we're going to have several hundred PS5s in stock.
Right. It's all bad. Like, I understand the fervor because they're like impossible to get, and then one is something in person because then you can limit the possibility of scalpers getting them. But this is
they're impossible to get, but yet Donnie managed to get his hands on one. So.
Yeah.
Donnie did that out of spite.
So
he literally did out of spite. He said, he said everybody else says it's possible to get. I'm going to get one to show you that it's not impossible to get.
Part of it was that because everybody said, you know, it was so hard to get. So part of it was like, I bet I can get one. That's just Donnie's, you know, Donnie being Donnie.
Yeah.
But it also happened. It just happened to say he happened to just go on a Target and they had them in stock. And yeah, I'm still in your story and telling it, Donnie, because it's my show. It's about PlayStation. So he went online. It said they had it in stock. He ordered it, put it in the cart, and was able to check out. But come to find out, they actually didn't have it in stock. So again, this is Donnie somehow just being ridiculously lucky. So he called customer service and everything, and was like, "I checked out, but you guys said you had it, but you didn't." So they ended up, you know, letting him know that, okay, as soon as we get one in stock, we'll go ahead and ship it to you. So he got his PlayStation. It got shipped to him, and now he has one. He painted it black. As I told everybody he shows, like, don't buy them stupid plates. Just use plastic dip and paint it. It's going to look amazing, and you don't have to worry about buying some cheap knockoff plate that actually, you know, is a little oddly shaped to get away from, you know, the patents and stuff like that. So he put pictures up. It looks great. Now Donnie's got a PlayStation, and he's playing a bunch of old games because that's what Donnie does.
Donnie, I bet you can't get $1 million. See, maybe if I challenge him and incentivize him to do it.
Are you really going to bullshit the bullshitter at this point?
No. Maybe if I incentivize him to do it, he can get $1 million. Because Donnie's going to try to do what he...
That man will have $1 million in GameStop credit, like trading credit, in 2 weeks if you challenge him to it.
Yes. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you.
It doesn't. It helps me if I don't know about you, Hayley. I like seeing my friends be successful. I'm fine with that. I don't have to have $1 million. My friends have $1 million. I'm good.
Yeah. So Donnie managed to get one, so you can too if you're that lucky. Nate also has one. I'm like, he also got a 3080. He's got the greatest luck ever. He managed to get a 3080 and a PlayStation, and this is the second PlayStation 5 he's been able to get. So that man just has all the luck. Where all of my friends are just struggling. Can't none of them get a PlayStation. It's just bad.
I can sell them a PS4 Pro if they want.
They don't want that. They already got PS4 Pros. They want PS5s. I mean, to be perfectly honest, if my boy didn't hook me up, I would not have a PlayStation. I have not.
And if his boy didn't hook me up, I wouldn't have one.
I have not been able to secure the bag at all. I've been trying to get my friends PlayStations and just no luck. So
trying to get my son one, no luck.
Yeah. So
he would love.
He has a Series S. He'll be all right.
Okay, but he would love to have a PS5. So
he has a Series S. He'll be all right.
How's that 312 gigabytes serving him?
He's fine with it. He said. I have him does say, hey, don't you need to get an external hard drive? He's like, no, I'm good. I'm cool. I said, okay.
I feel like he plays the game, beats it, and moves on to the next. Yeet us, delete us.
He has a bunch of systems in his room, so he's good. He has a PS4, a Series S, a Switch, a PS3. He'll be all right. He has plenty of stuff to do.
Yeah, there you go. That's Delvin being a good dad and getting his son all the stuff, or just giving him the hand-me-downs. I'm not sure which one it is.
No, I'm getting him all the stuff.
And there's the cat.
Hello, Soot.
All right, so our final little story, quick story. So I don't know if you guys saw this. Well, I'm sure you did.
I did.
PS Plus for February is on point. We got some good games.
They screwed me. They screwed me.
Delvin because
I mean,
bought
I bought it too.
this game.
I bought it too. Remember?
Motherfuckers.
Can you return? Is this? It's not a pre-order, huh? Since it's the Ultimate Edition.
No. I mean, technically, as long as you haven't downloaded it, you could ask for a refund. But considering Delvin and I both bought it when it was on sale for Boxing Day, I don't think we're eligible for refunds for it anymore.
Yeah.
I thought about buying it. I almost bought it, and I was like, I've already beat this game. I don't need to rebuy it just to see what it looks on PS5. But hey, Control Ultimate Edition coming to PS Plus.
That's
which is
fantastic,
awesome.
by the way.
Yep. I mean, that's great. So you get that. We get Destruction All-Stars, which I think is going to be a sleeper hit. And then we also get Concrete Genie, which was one of those really nice Sony
Great
games
game.
that they sent out to die by not, doing any advertisements for it or really pushing the game. So this is a fantastic month for PlayStation Plus, and I don't care. F you Xbox, we got the Ultimate Edition. Y'all just got that basic bitch. All right?
Yeah, that's got to sting too, because like they've had Control and Game Pass for a while now, and it's just the original like Control, not even DLC included, and we're getting the Ultimate Edition in PS Plus, which again, Delvin and I bought, but I'm not even upset about because I was literally just gonna, get it to platinum it again anyways. Again, reminder, I will be streaming this game from start to finish. I don't know if I will stream me actually getting the platinum for it, but I will stream it like from start to finish for story. So
I really just want to see what it looks like.
I do too. I'm excited to play it again.
Yeah.
I never finished the first time. I told y'all what happened. I got lost and like, I'm not doing this. I'll start all the way back over. I'll start all the way back over on PS5 and look at the prettiness of it and do that.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited just to see what it looks like on PS5 because I mean it ran okay. I have the PC version. It ran all right, but it was a very demanding game.
Stuff on PS4, so I'm curious to see if that's been fixed for the PS5.
Yeah. See what this looks like with that ray tracing, because the ray tracing on PC, if you have a good enough graphics card to actually run it, it looks really, really
From
good.
the small trailer they released, it looks good. So. But I know you'll probably spend most of your time with the 60 frames mode. So.
Oh, absolutely. There's no other way. It's not 60 frames. Why are you even bothering?
Well, I mean, you can't do ray tracing and 60 frames for Control. So
we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a way. It'll probably dumb it down to like 1080p. Get them ray tracing, get those frames. Because on Spider-Man, Miles Morales, they have a ray tracing performance mode.
But that was a Sony first party studio though.
But they've been working on Control for a while, so I feel like there's a possibility that they will have multiple modes.
They've already tweeted out what modes they have. There is not a mode.
Look here. Don't ruin my joy, woman. You let me have this.
It's just a dream killer. Don't know who Fred Savage is. Do you even know who Ben Savage is?
No.
Do you know who Macho Man Randy Savage is? Do you know he was a Savage?
Macho Man Randy Savage is, but also F that dude.
Why you bonesaw?
Why you hating on Macho Man?
Wait, that's what? Did you just make a bonesaw joke?
He's bonesaw, yes.
He's bonesaw.
Spider-Man. The first one.
I know.
Why you act like you didn't know?
Let that man rest in peace. Don't hate on Macho Man.
Don't know who Fred Savage is. Don't know who Ben Savage is. You should know Ben Savage.
Step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
That is your generation, probably.
I literally don't watch television unless it's streaming.
No, you can't pull it off. You watch 30 seasons of Criminal Minds. You are not going to run that line to us.
I'm literally streaming it on Apple. The only place in Canada you can literally buy and stream it digitally.
You weren't streaming back in the 90s and 2000s when Ben Savage was a big thing on Boy Meets World. You know, I'm like, you weren't streaming then.
Was 5.
So you never seen Boy Meets World?
No. I was 5 years old in 2000.
Oh my God.
You never seen
Boy
Meets World?
You know what?
No.
You know what?
Goodness.
Fuck it. Justin, you can come back to the podcast. I give up.
No, you don't. I'm not going anywhere. To quote
man.
Leonardo DiCaprio in The Wolf of Wall Street, I'm not fucking leaving.
Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
So yeah, download your
I
PS
can't
Plus
believe
games,
this.
people.
You don't know who
If you don't
Ben
download
Savage, you don't know who Fred
add
Savage
them to
is.
your library.
For audio listeners, my face is now red.
Fred Savage.
Yes,
Come
add
on,
these
man. He's
games
a-
to your
he's a
library.
treasure.
They all seem good.
Yeah.
I may
I'm
actually
excited.
play Destruction All Stars. Y'all keep talking about it so
Yeah.
much.
I'm gonna give Destruction All Stars a chance.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna play.
Concrete Genie, I already own.
Great game.
It's all right. I don't really like the control scheme for it. It tries to use the move stuff with the controller, and I hate that. So
Yeah,
I
but it's
wonder how
a
that-
budget title, so I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, I
What?
think that it'll get more people to play the game, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So maybe. For the enhancement,
Yeah,
there
I
might
don't
be a
know
sequel.
how that'll work with the. I don't know how that'll work with the DualSense either, Dev. So
Yeah,
It'll probably be fine. I think they might have patched that. I think
it wouldn't surprise
it
me.
doesn't matter. As long as they don't step on it again like it did before when the game came out. What they announced when that game came out?
I mean, it came out between.
They announced something that day.
They
Oh,
did.
that's right.
They announced.
They sure did. I can't remember what it was, but it was just like it got basically just forgotten.
It was about. I think it was something about the PS5. They announced that same day.
No, it wasn't. It was actually the release date. I think for The Last of Us that friggin' destroyed.
Was that what it was?
I think so. Yeah.
I
I
don't
know it
know.
was something big, and they completely overshadowed the game.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Well, now it's back in the limelight. Be on PS Plus. Everybody play Concrete Genie.
Yes,
There it is.
it's definitely worth it for free.
Yeah, absolutely. For $60 a year, you get all these free games. Not 120. 60.
Don't get him started. He's gonna write us. But Game Pass, Dev.
Game Pass. Why don't you have Game Pass? Everybody should have Game Pass. I don't care. I don't care about Game Pass. All right. Our final little story, topic of the week. What's the deal with PSVR? PlayStation
It's
filed
dead.
with Sony filed a patent.
Tell me.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely
I can't
seems
even
that
lie.
way,
I
right?
can't even hold it back.
It absolutely
I'm
feels that way.
crestfallen. They just like
I mean, they just released Hitman 3 in full VR, but only on the PS4 version of Hitman
Mhm.
3. Right.
Mhm.
yeah, it's dead.
Yeah. So I guess there was.
I just hope they
patent
just bring the
filed-
games to the Quest.
Ugh. But Sony don't do that.
I'm not a fan of the Quest. I have it, but the fact is, like, they're slowly trying to kill off PSVR. It seems like,
It does feel that way. But they filed a patent in October.
and I want to be able to play
2020.
Iron Man VR someplace.
It's basically got this patent where it allows audience members to participate in games while another user is immersed within the virtual reality. They'll be able to make decisions for the players via spectator devices, which they're assuming would be mobile phones, in a manner similar to the PlayStation PlayLink technology used in games like Hidden Agenda and That's You. So it looks like you'll be able to help or screw over the main player in virtual reality, depending on the available choices. This is all coming from an article on IGN. This seems like it would be a cool feature to have for PSVR if they don't kill PSVR and let it ride off into the sunset. But I know a lot of people, when they play the VR games, like sometimes you have an audience of people who are just watching it and enjoying it. So being able to also join in and then be able to have whatever you do, affect the player in VR, I think is a really cool way to tie VR in to make it more of a experience for multiple people.
Makes sense.
I think like it would be really cool to play like what is that game?
Astrobot.
Not Astrobot. Oh my
Well,
god,
Astrobot
what-
was good like this.
Rush of Blood. What's the game before Rush of Blood?
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
It's Until Dawn, Rush of Blood.
So Until Dawn in VR, where you have spectators that can actually have decision making ability. Like for me, Until Dawn was a game that I would always want to play with like a crowd of people all making decisions together. Um,
I mean, but Until Dawn, Rush of Blood is the bad choice for that because it was turned
I don't
into
mean
like an
Rush of Blood.
on-rail shooter.
I don't mean the
He
Rush of
means
Blood. I
Yeah.
mean just
legit Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
What he means is Hidden Agenda, because that's what Hidden Agenda literally was.
Okay. Like I think that would be cool.
Hidden Agenda was that exact game you're describing. I said it wasn't in VR. Everybody can take their phone and they can make decisions to help the story go along. And there are certain points where you can help the person in the game, where you can screw them over.
Yeah. I would love something like
It's
that.
a pretty good game.
You're in one person's in VR, everybody else is controlling the environment in some way, shape, or form through mobile phones. Somebody's like the killer. Other people control stuff in the environment. Like that would be pretty cool. But then again, you'd have to not kill PSVR.
Which it seems like they're doing. Like,
I feel like they're just letting it die by the wayside. I mean, it could also be that Sony is just being Sony because they're so silent. Like we don't know what's going on with anything really.
Just make it standalone. Just make it like the Quest. I'd be fine with that.
Sony's not going to do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's another way for them to
like
move
it would be
the PS5. Like, if you make it standalone, are people really going to buy it?
Mm-hmm.
I think they would. I think they'd probably buy it more because Because the thing about it right now is they're doing nothing to show that hey, we want this on our PS5.
And
like the PS5 camera doesn't work with the PSVR.
No, it's just for streaming. And here's the thing. Your biggest indication of how Sony feels about PSVR is that they didn't include the PSVR port on the back of the PS5.
Yes.
I don't necessarily think that's such an indicator. I think that has to do with the fact that we're trying to cut costs and keep this box as, inexpensive as possible. And if they release a patch that allows the PS5 camera to also work with PSVR, like that's something they can do software related down the line, which is going to cost less than putting that tech into the actual box and having to have an additional port on the motherboard. For me, that feels more like a cost-saving measure than it does not a vote for the technology.
I think they should do it like the Quest. I don't think it's the Quest. It's one. I think is it the Vive that does it, where you can plug it into the computer itself and it's more stronger.
It's one of those. I think that
one of those VR systems do that.
There is a Quest that does that. Or there's an Oculus headset that you can either have it standalone or you can plug it in. That's the one that I believe
they should do that.
That I feel like both Donnie and not Justin, Lucas have that version where you can plug it in. I feel like Nathan had that as well, where you could do standalone but also plug it in and do some funky stuff there. But that probably wouldn't be a bad idea to be able to allow PSVR to live on its own but also plug in.
This is a controversial opinion, but kill it with fire.
Why do you want to kill everything? Why are you so violent? This is episode 69, the episode of love. And you're just talking about murdering everything.
We're going to shoot.
Hey, why? Why are you like this?
Kill VR. Just kill it.
Let it die.
Not a fan of it.
I can't even out of that.
The long stretch of silence and then just not a fan of it.
I don't understand why you want it.
That's because you don't have space for it.
Yeah.
Why? Because I just don't like the concept of it, and also motion sickness. So
no, but you have those issues, but it's not like that is a reason for killing off VR. People really enjoy VR when it's done well. I think the problem with VR is that it's still so early in its infancy, but that doesn't mean you just kill it off. You can keep iterating on the technology. There's lots of PSVR headsets out there. There's no reason why you shouldn't continue to develop games for this.
Nah, just kill it.
Either way.
At least the grits that stole VR.
All indicators feel like Sony is kind of going, they're not pushing it, but it could also be that, they're just in that mode where they're being silent Sony and they're not really saying a whole lot about.
I mean,
anything.
clearly they're being silent, Sony, because they keep teasing Ratchet and Clank, and then we don't have a date for it.
We
So
don't have a date for Ratchet.
I
We
think
don't have
there was
a
an
date or
article last year that
anything.
Shuhei Yoshida said something about building on PSVR.
Yeah.
okay,
That
but
was last year.
Shuhei's not in charge though. Like Shuhei's
I
in
know.
charge of indies. So
I know, but I feel like he was saying that they were planning on doing that, but we haven't seen nothing from that. So
Yeah. We haven't seen anything.
I would
on
like
that.
to see
feel
them
like-
build on it. It doesn't have to necessarily.
for them to build on it again, they would need to either start including the adapter for PSVR in the box of PS5 instead of having you go to a website, fill in your serial number for your headset, and then have them send you the adapter.
When's the last time you seen a box?
That's
of
why I said they
PSVR on
should
the
make
shelf?
another system. That's why I said they should just make another system, another VR system that's Quest level strong, because the Quest 1 isn't that expensive anymore. That can plug into the actual PS5 to make it give you a power boost.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not
It's not
going
a
to do
bad
that.
idea. You make a PSVR 2. The PSVR is still compatible with PS5, so you don't lose that ability if you don't want to move up to the next one. And you can make games at scale. So anything that you make, you can have a PS4 version and a PS5 version. So if you have the PSVR 2, you have the ability to play it with, better graphics, better latency, whatever. And then you have the regular PSVR that you're still able to play on your PS5. It's just going to be in the backwards.
Don't spend development time on VR. Just make games.
I think they're already spending development time on VR. I don't think that's a thing that they're not doing.
Like,
They
Delvin,
probably
I'm
already
aware.
have it.
Delvin, I'm aware. I'm just being the naysayer because I don't have the room for VR, and and secondly, motion sickness, so I can't use it anyways.
Take some pills.
No,
get
Yeah,
some
they have motion
Dramamine.
sickness pills.
They have Dramamine for
I
that.
know they have motion sickness
Yeah,
pills.
that's the stuff they used on Metal Gear. Isn't that what he said when he was going to snipe people?
A weapon to surpass. Oh my god.
But yeah, PSVR is just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it could be great. It could be great.
I like it.
But
Iron Man VR is fantastic.
Sony on Sony.
It's
Yeah,
just
they
too
just
much
need to
work to get
support
it started.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot. I would love to see,
And
some
especially
really good
since it
PSVR
doesn't
stuff come though.
since it doesn't
And
run
I
through
don't have
HDR.
6 feet between my TV and my bed, so I don't have the room to play.
Go play
Yeah.
outside.
Would you like me to get hit by traffic?
Nah,
Oh,
I
I
live in
hit by traffic. Just dodge the traffic.
I'm saying it's like
Oh
Frogger.
my god.
Frogger in VR.
Yeah, I know
George
what
Costanza
Frogger
playing
is.
Frogger.
Absolutely not.
Frogger in VR. Let's go.
No.
You're a Debbie Downer.
So there you have it.
Have you met me?
Yeah,
Haley
that's a good
wants to
point.
kill VR. Me and Devin
actually
are
know
like,
the
come on,
song.
let's get some good VR. Hitman 3,
Yeah.
that's in VR. Let's keep this VR train going.
Iron Man VR is fantastic. The
Yeah,
Walking Dead
but-
VR is terrifying and fun.
Let it die. Just
Terrible, Haley. Just terrible.
You heard
Oh
it
my
here,
God.
first, ladies and gentlemen. Let PSVR die. Let it go into that sweet, sweet, silent goodnight. So that's going to do it for episode 69. I got nothing else. It's been a great time.
What a dark way to end this episode.
We're going to end it right there. We're killing off
69.
VR apparently.
just super morbid. Yeah, well, let's
We've
PSVR
killed a lot
die.
of things this episode.
Well, that'll do it for us.
Yeah. We're ending on death, The death of
my
VR.
God.
We killed Nathan Drake.
What a wild turn of events this week.
Who did we shoot in
Yeah.
the leg? We shot somebody in the leg,
Oh yeah, we shot the person who over designed 2.
Yeah.
We're shooting
Uh.
designers of trophies in the leg. We're killing off Nathan Drake, and we're killing VR. All on the Love episode, episode 69.
Yeah,
Quiet Storm. Apparently,
killing with
hidden
love.
in that Quiet Storm is assassins who are murdering everything.
Yep.
So yeah, that's episode 69 of the PlayStation Experience. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you got something out of this episode. Feel free to holler at us over on the Twitters at PlayStation XP. Join us in our Discord at psvg.blog/discord and join us in all of our zany, ridiculous conversations that we have in multiple different chat rooms. Yell at Donnie about getting a PlayStation 5 and tell him to play something that came out this decade and stop playing these old games like Everybody's Golf and The Last of Us. Play something recent, all right? That's just me giving Donnie crap because I feel like I can.
I know. Donnie's already played Miles Morales, so I don't know why he'd play it again. And I don't think he's going to play Demon's Souls.
That's what he does. He plays everything again. So, but anyway, that's just me giving Donnie crap because I
don't think he's going to play Demon's Souls, do you?
No, not at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. But also, tell him to get you a PlayStation 5 because apparently he's got the power to do that. So if you need a PlayStation 5, holler at your man Donnie. See if he can get you one. He's got the luck of that. Or Nate. Nate hasn't even opened his up yet, so make him an offer. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
I mean, apparently, yes, because he was talking about how awesome Astrobot is. So
holler at Nate. Nate's
far
nicer
you
than
forget,
Donnie.
Nate had a PS5. This is his second PS5, so he's played Astrobot. He played Miles, and then he gave it to a friend or sold it to a friend.
Okay.
So if you want a PS5, talk to Donnie or make an offer.
Depends on how much Donnie likes you. Donnie likes you, you'll probably get it at cost. He doesn't like you, you're gonna pay about a thou wow for that.
or you'll get screwed. Or you'll get screwed over by UPS. That was a fun time. For anyone who doesn't know, I bought my collector's edition of The Last of Us Part 2 off of Donnie, and then UPS charged me an extra $100 to even receive it.
That feels like a scam. I get a package and you charge me more money to get the package.
I mean, don't forget, I was paying Donnie for the thing and dealing with conversion, right? So then I paid $100 to get it in the country. So
then they get to the country like, you know what? We need some money from you to give you your stuff. That's a wild thing to do.
Yep. I mean, that's customs though. That makes sense.
Sounds like UPS was just trying to secure the bag.
It just sucks that it was $100.
That's a wild thing to do. Can you imagine that? Imagine if you order like Domino's or something, and it comes to your house. You say, you know what? We're gonna need like $20 more to give you this pizza.
Yeah, they get.
Are you get my damn pizza?
I'm slamming the door in their face. You get out of here. You take that pizza. Now you done wasted your time and my time.
That's just wild how customs work.
Yeah. It'd be weird like that.
Your package is here, but what you gonna give it to us? What is worth to you?
What's it worth to you? You know?
Kind of feels like extortion.
Anyways, it's not in view because the dresser's in front of the table. But my statue of Ellie is right behind the camera. So
it made it there. It's just gonna cost you extra. Kind of like Patreon. If you enjoy our shenanigans that we have here, we do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/PSVG, where for only $3 a month, you can feed Lucas's children because we need that. If you listen to Prime, you'll understand. Otherwise, you get a ton of additional content, such as PSVG Strong Style, all your wrestling podcast, which is helmed up here by Mr. Delvin Cox. Have you guys had an episode recently?
Not yet. We're probably going to do one after the Royal Rumble, which is, as of hearing this, already happened. So congratulations to blank wrestler who won the Royal Rumble. You deserved it. Can't wait to see what you do at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so you've got Strong Style. You've got our DLC episodes where you'll get to learn more about our cast members. We also just have a ton of extra content. So check us out. Check the Patreon out. It's just a good time. Lots of additional content. So it's good stuff. And with that, I'd like to thank our producers, Michael Masick, Barry Cathcart, Edwin Callow, Nick Creature, Rude Days 93, Ben Moxon, Rob Emanuel, Nick Fallharbor, Paul Calico, Kyle Hyman, Grouchy Surge, Chris M., myself, and Josh the Bonesaw Bourbon.
Bonesaw.
Thank you all for joining us in the journey that is PSVG. And with that, let the people know where they can find you, what you're streaming on, and how you go make that money and secure the bag. Hayley.
You can find me on Twitter at ShepardZarel. You can find me on your gaming platform of choice at Hayley Zarel. And you can follow me on Twitch at Hayley Zarel. I do not know what time I'll be streaming on Tuesday. It all depends on whether or not the game comes out at midnight or not. I doubt it because usually that's like, the store doesn't update till 2 p.m. Eastern. So probably around that time I'll be streaming, unless it comes out at midnight, in which case I'll be streaming before this episode releases. Actually, but also, if you wish to see the shenanigans I get into on Tumblr, that is also HayleyZarel.tumblr.com. So there's that.
And Delvin, where can the people find you in all 37 of your podcasts?
Before I say that, I just want to say, Hayley, I hate you. I've been staring at this goddamn GIF for over 2 hours now, and it's driving me insane.
Okay.
The stupid GIF of Jim Sterling for 2+ hours.
The thing out. You can pop out the video and minimize the chat.
Okay, for context, now that Delvin's mentioned it, we were joking before recording, and Dev joked around going, "Who's Jim Sterling?" So I posted a GIF of Jim Sterling doing the Bethesda did video games bad bit, and
for 2 hours, I've been staring at Jim Sterling, and I didn't want to minimize it because just in case somebody said something in the chat, I wanted to make sure it was there.
Here,
so for 2 hours straight.
Let me fix that for you. Hold on a sec. Da. Now you don't have to see it. It's gone.
Thank God.
Lord have mercy.
Just staring at him. Doing his dumbass dance.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Follow me on Twitter at Devil_Cox. Check out Devil Cox Experience anywhere you get podcasts. Check out Cadillacs on Mars, the podcast I do with Chalfie, where we talk shit and roast each other. I don't know what the hell we do on that show. We just do some stuff.
It is a good show. And you can find me at Dad Ninja Dev pretty much everywhere. Come holler at me. Talk some trash. Ask me some questions. Whatever. I'm here for it. Also, I'm pretty routinely in the Discord, so feel free to jump in there and, let's have a ball. And
also, on Cadillacs on Mars, the latest episode is coming out soon. Chalfie may have called somebody 6 feet wide. And I can't stop laughing at that. Not 6 feet tall.
Chalfie.
He said they are 6 feet
wide. I heard it. 6 feet wide. I heard it.
I love you, Chalfie.
And it's delightful because of the person it is.
Lord. Well, long live play.